So what's up, guys? Welcome to the E-Man and Jan Show.
Welcome to the E-Man and Jan Show.
I know it's been a while since we've uploaded a new podcast, but we're back and better than ever, hopefully.
Definitely are. It's been a while. It's been a couple months since we started this little journey, and it's kind of hard to um, we started it out, but we just got busy. So kind of life got in the way of things, but we're back, and this is our goal. We started it with the goal to continue it, and it's been a bit, but we're back, and that's what's important. And we've talked to many people as well throughout these past couple months, which have helped us also kind of get an idea of what we want to do with our podcast, anyways. So we've been reaching out to certain people, family, friends, and soon enough we'll be bringing them in to join us on our podcast so we can have like somewhat interviews, which is exciting because our goal is definitely to we watch a lot of Seth Rogen, so we like that idea. And
You said Seth Rogen. It's Joe Rogan.
oh my
Hey, but it's close by. I think he might have a podcast himself.
God, he lives close by. No.
Who knows? Imagine. Maybe even we
Yes.
could bring Seth Rogen.
I meant Joe Rogan. My bad, guys. Anyways, I said we listen to him all the time, and yet I still call him Seth every single time.
It's because they're like Rogans.
I know, yeah. Are they brothers?
No, I don't think so, actually.
I'm
But yeah,
just
point
kidding.
is that we are gonna start bringing people into these podcasts to have a little bit of variety, you know, because yeah, the end goal of this podcast is to like, I don't know, just I guess reach out to people and teach them a little bit of everything,
Mhm.
kind of like Joe Rogan does, you know.
Mhm.
Not everything is just like solely to one thing.
Yeah.
It's like good variety of knowledge.
Oh yeah, he brings in a lot of people. You know, so it's like a variety of knowledge in his shows. Like it can be an artist, it can be like
A doctor,
a freaking doctor, yeah,
an
like a
entrepreneur, huh?
businessman, yeah, it can be anything. And honestly, that's what we want. We want it to be like an open table for any topic, anybody to come in. Even, you know, I feel like we all can learn from each other, and I think it's very enlightening to be able to not only learn from like high level people, but even like people that you would consider low level, even, you know, because there's a
Hmm.
lot of like things we can learn from each other is the point. And and that's our goal, to kind of understand each other, learn from each other, and kind of throughout all of it,
Just build
um,
connections.
yeah, build connections, enlighten each other, so then educate each other, so then we can build some success for our futures, or for like overall everybody's futures. I know me and Emmanuel have a goal to help people, give back to the communities, give back to those who are in need as well. And yeah, but it's been a long couple months these past months. We've been wanting a vacation, and here we are having a little break from work and stuff like that. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, I think about working right now is like they're in mandatory like 10 hours, so it sucks to have like time to yourself, you know, and
Definitely.
like having some like freedom to just take a vacation, you know. Like you can't even take a vacation because then it's all everything's just mandatory.
Hmm.
Like everything for all like these businesses, you know.
Oh yeah, they expect you to not have lives and to work for them. You know, like you said, mandatory. And personally, I don't think that's fair. Yeah, there's a lot of people that complain about it. Nobody likes it, but that's the thing. Nobody does anything about it. You
No,
know.
yeah, that's the thing where people I feel like get stuck because then like there are right now. Oh, a lot of people might be like happy about these overtime hours, but then like little do they know like the next thing that's coming is less hours when things are not on sale, you know.
Yeah, it's
It's
true.
like there's ups and downs in businesses, you know.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, recently, Emmanuel and I have been reading, we're not reading, but listening to the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I feel like just like focusing on the topics that he brings, it kind of enlightens your mentality to be like, whoa, I've definitely, what is it called? What's
Like
that
kind of like
word?
fall into the social norm, you know.
Yeah, but like, oh, there's a specific, like, yeah, like you're saying, right on, literally what you said. If you're conforming
Yeah,
to the
conforming.
norm, yeah, to the
Yeah.
norm of like, you're supposed to work
9 to
these
5,
hours.
huh?
Yeah, you're supposed to work these hours. That's how life is. And yet you're also supposed to have a life and be freaking active, be productive, do this and that and all of this, but it's today's society is definitely you're not livable as it was before, like there is literally no time. I feel like I'm not the only one on this, but I feel like everybody feels as if they have no time for themselves. And that's the reality of it, because there truly is no time. You come home, you want to rest after work. You as a wife, sometimes it's hard. You don't want to, you don't want to cook, you don't want to clean because you're tired, but you have to. And then you get busy, and then all you do is sleep, like beyond that when you can. And there's not really that personal self-care where like you can take care of yourself and I'm gonna drink a glass of wine and just relax. I mean, lucky for those who can,
Yeah.
but honestly, when you're hustling and have a lot of responsibilities, it's a little different on that aspect. But I mean, Rich Dad Poor Dad definitely gives like a lot of eye-opening points of view that like I would have never really noticed myself. But yeah,
and like the benefits of starting up a company, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And how like a lot of people get stuck in this like rat race,
Mm-hmm.
It's trying to pay off like debt that like for other people, trying to get more like increases in pay, but like still falling like short on their expenses,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I even hear about people taking on 2 jobs.
Oh yeah, people definitely have been taking. I've met many people that have been taking on 2 jobs, and yet they continue to struggle. Literally,
And not
they
having
continue
enough.
to struggle. They don't. First of all, their like satisfaction of life isn't satisfactory anymore because all they're doing is working their life away. Second, the money that they're using, it's like the more you gain in financial income, the more you're gonna spend because you now have more income, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's new expenditures that are also increasing as your paycheck increases, which pretty much leaves you where you were at the point before. Before you even had that increase in pay, before you got that promotion, whatever. And you end up being on that same boat, which is pretty much the cycle of what's his name? Robert?
Yeah, Robert.
Robert Kiyosaki.
I'm not sure how to say his last name, to be honest.
I don't know. I heard
But if
it.
we ever have him on this podcast, we'll make sure to learn his last name very well.
Yeah. I mean, point is, he's a cool guy. He's very interesting, very smart dude. He breaks down information very, I don't know.
Like how he would say, I guess, in one of his sayings, like, keep it simple, stupid. He keeps it very simple.
Mm-hmm. KISS.
Oh, yeah, KISS, that's the thing.
Keep
the
it
acronym.
simple. Keep it stupid simple. Or keep
super
it simply simple.
Keep it super simple or keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. KISS.
But pretty much, this guy, Robert, same author for Rich Dad Poor Dad, explains all these things very well for like any reader to truly understand it. You don't have to be like
Einstein or anything.
Yeah, to know this stuff, like once you hear it and read it, it makes sense. But and the end point is, a lot of us work these jobs, work our asses off, and we're taught to learn and work our butts off to make this income. But in reality, like you're now stuck, like what Emmanuel said, the rat race. You're in this cycle of, okay, now I gotta pay this off, pay that off. I want to buy this now. Oh, okay, so now my expenses have increased. But then as you grow older, you get more a hold of credit money, all these things. You get into some debt, and then it's just that cycle pretty much.
And what he was saying is that mainly happens to people because they don't know how to differentiate assets and liabilities. And yeah, it's something that we're not really taught in schools, to be honest.
Yep.
And if we were, maybe I was falling asleep. I don't know, who knows. But at least maybe we need to pay more attention to things. But yeah, I definitely don't think this is taught in schools.
No, definitely. I don't think
Not even in economics class, huh?
No, economics class pretty much teaches you what a credit card is, what debt is, what our economy looks like, what the Federal freaking Reserve is. Like, it teaches you more like what they are.
Yeah, like the definitions, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't really teach you
how to go about things.
How to like finance your money, how to finance a home, like
Mhm.
how to like what should be like a great investment, like things like
Mhm.
that. Those aren't taught in at schools, high schools, or anything like that. You know, you definitely definitely a topic that one needs to learn on their own. But this is why Rich Dad Poor Dad author Robert says that the school system is built that way because that's what the America wants. To be
Mhm.
honest, that's what they want. They want hardworking people to work for their companies. You know, not people to start their own businesses and be wealthy on their own. It's kind of interesting, very interesting topic. But if
Mhm.
you guys haven't listened, like read it, you don't have to read it. It's free on YouTube. Rich Dad Poor Dad. You can listen to it both English or Spanish or who knows what other language it's out on there. But definitely English is one of the easiest ones I think for the majority of everybody. Um, so if you guys can, feel free go listen to it on YouTube because
Yeah.
that's what me and Emmanuel did. And
Listen it to whenever you're like
mm-hmm,
doing a little bit of laundry, like
mm-hmm,
sweeping in the house, doing a little mopping,
mm-hmm,
even to your drive to work. Just make a little bit of time each
mm-hmm,
and every single day, and you'll
definitely.
learn something new for sure.
Yeah, that book is not at all boring. It is very enlightening. Like I said, like there's he gives stories, he gives metaphors, like a bunch of stuff in there for us to understand. And it's just the story of it is just well written overall for you to truly either read it or just listen to it. On our end, we're listening to it and we enjoyed it like
Mhm.
a lot actually. And I haven't. I think Emmanuel's almost done with it.
Yeah, I feel like I have like an hour left,
Mhm.
which I don't know how many pages that translates to, but sounds like pretty good.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not too bad, but yeah, guys, look into it, enlighten yourself. Like they said, financial literacy is like the number one thing for people to really learn how to be successful financially overall. So keep that in mind, guys. It's I don't think it's a bad idea for people to get educated on these topics.
Straying away from that, we actually wanted to talk about our crazy Vegas experiences.
Definitely, we've been to Vegas
Like at
about
least 8 times already.
about 8 times. Every time has been just
A different experience.
different experiences, but all for fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh well, a
Well,
couple times I would
there's
say.
been some good and bad stuff.
The recent times we recently went, the last few times we went were not all that fun.
Yeah, it was more like I went for my great aunt's funeral,
Mhm. Not.
but like I don't know. It was a sad moment because she was like the aunt who brought us all to like United States and helped us like grow, you know. But at the same time, it was very nice to see everyone there, you know. Everyone that I had grown up with since I was a little kid, who I hadn't seen in at least like more than 10 years. It was very nice to just see my family again.
Yeah, like a reunion, pretty
Yeah,
much.
like a
It's
family
just like
reunion.
just seeing everybody get together. Obviously, you don't get to see the whole family all the time. You know, there's always someone missing or somebody that can't make it or somebody that lives too far. You know, so in moments like those, unfortunately, it sucks that it has to be during those moments that everybody unites. But then again, it's obviously a beautiful moment when you all get together. I was a witness, so you know, it's kind of cool, like to get to meet all of Emmanuel's family. Obviously, not in a good moment, not the best moment, but you know, sometimes there's never a
Mhm.
perfect moment either. So,
Yeah, that was the first
mhm,
time we met like my family, like my
mhm,
side, my dad's family, huh?
mhm, yeah,
Like
that was.
after we got married.
I hadn't met any one of your family members.
Pretty much, huh?
Yeah, I hadn't. So that was literally my first introduction to anyone besides your immediate family.
Yeah, but it was
Mm-hmm.
cool because then my uncle actually invited us to stay at his house.
Yeah,
And like one of
definitely.
the days we went, huh? Over like one of the first
Mm-hmm.
times we went to go visit to Vegas with them.
Yeah. That's true, we did, and it was really nice. They're really nice people. They definitely made me feel very welcomed, and I really felt like a part of their family. They even called me like their niece.
Yeah,
They're
right
like
away, huh?
sobrina, sobrina, and I'm like,
Yeah,
they
like,
like me.
huh?
Yeah,
Like, is my Sabrina okay? Is like she doing okay? Like,
yeah, mm-hmm.
oh no, yeah, they were very like had very good hospitality.
Definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, besides that, all the other times we've gone, we've had pretty crazy moments. Like, I definitely remember the first time we went. It was like June,
Oh
sometime
yeah,
in
that was the first
June,
time we went in June. Yeah.
right? Like 2020, perhaps.
Yeah, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
That was
And
the first time we went to Vegas together.
it was one of the first time we went together. And like honestly, it's crazy. We had like the guts to do many things. We would sneak into so many places.
Oh yeah, that weekend, damn, we did sneak into a lot of places.
We would sneak into, where did we sneak into? The MGM
The
pools.
MGM pools, the
The
Venetian pool,
Venetian
with the
pool.
Palazzo.
Mm-hmm.
We even got into Treasure Island in their, what's it called? In their kitchen, actually.
Was it that same time? That was a different time.
That was a different time.
That was another time that we went.
But that's
with
one
my
of the things we've
sister.
done.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. The first few times we just snuck into the pools. I don't even know. Well, the MGM was pretty easy. Everybody was lining up. So technically, around that time, it was COVID time actually.
Yeah.
So during that time, like only I think that's all the time actually. Only the
Yeah.
people who stay in the hotel can go into the pools. So during that time, there's a line of people waiting to get into the pool. So what they do is you have to show them your key. They give you the access, and you move on. We were in line, and we're like, let's see how we can get in. They asked us if we have our key. We said no. They're like, okay, get in line over there so you can get your key. And we're like, oh, first of all, we're not even from here. We didn't tell them that, but we knew that ourselves. We just looked at each other. We're like, well, we're not getting in today. But that lady that was there in the front, she ended up walking away right after she told us that. She walked away completely, and I just grabbed Emmanuel, and I'm like, let's just walk in towards the entrance. And we walked in towards the entrance, grabbed our towels, and we went ahead in.
Yeah, it's just what we did.
Literally.
Like, we just had like the confidence and walked in through there,
Yeah.
We just walked in as we owned the place in a way.
Seriously.
Knew what we were doing, knew where we were going, even though we were completely lost.
100%.
But yeah, we just went in and no one told us anything.
Mm-mm.
We even said hi to the towel boys. So we're like,
Yeah.
"What's up, guys?" And they're like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, that was a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, it was super easy to go in. And then even for the Venetian,
Yeah.
they were also check your cards. And again, we weren't staying at the Venetian, but we were walking in, and there was some lady in front of us by herself, and we were walking like maybe 2-3 feet. So I would say 3 feet away from her, to be honest. But we're walking behind her, and she shows her key, and we like walk up, and then the security person checking the cards was like, "You're with her?" And me and Emmanuel I was already gonna say yes, and I looked at Emmanuel hoping he was also gonna say yes, and we just looked at each other and we're like, "Yeah," and we both said yes at the same time, and they're like, "Cool," and then they just let us go in, both of us, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I can't believe we just got in, but we did. It was so easy, honestly.
No, yeah, it was really easy.
Yeah.
And plus, like, I had already stayed at the Venetian before, so I kind of had an idea of where to go. But yeah, I never knew that we were gonna be able to get in like that easily. Just by
Yeah.
kind of like in a way tailgating someone, but not really.
Yeah, definitely.
We just had a shared luck. The guy asked, "Are you with her?"
Yeah, he just happened to ask us, and we just said yes. And she didn't even know. She didn't even look back to be like, "No, you're not," or nothing at all. We just all walked in. Yeah. So we're like, "Cool, let's do it." But we were already. It's so funny because we literally show up to the Venetian
In like
with
our like pool stuff, huh?
in our pool stuff, ready to go in, as if like we know we're gonna go in, But it could have easily have been denied to us,
Yeah.
But yeah, luckily we got in and we got into swimming. And there's another time that we went to Vegas with my sister and her husband. It was like a double date type of thing.
Oh yeah, for like Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah, for Valentine's Day weekend. And we went to Senor Frogs. We all got messed up.
It's not my fault. So they were having like unlimited drinks.
So, but what we didn't know before entering, typically they have food. It's like restaurant/bar. And this time, they didn't even tell us anything, like, to begin with. They were just trying to sell their tickets to go into the bar. They're like, "Yeah, unlimited drinks." We're like, "Hell yeah." We did not once ask about food, but we just assumed there was going to be food because
Because of last time, huh?
We've eaten there before, so we were like, there's going to be food. Point is, we were starving, showed up, hoping to eat food and get a bunch of drinks, unlimited drinks. But they tell us that there is no food, only unlimited drinks. And by this time, we were literally starving, guys. But we just went ahead. We already paid for it anyway, so we
And
stayed
you
in
only
there.
plan on staying there for an hour, huh?
Yeah, so we're like, let's drink as much as we can in 1 hour. And we did. That's exactly what we did. But we stayed there all night.
Yeah, we did end up staying there like I think the whole night, huh?
Yeah, we stayed there till like maybe 1 in the morning. We got there like around 9.
Like 9, yeah.
And stayed there till like 1 in the morning. And we still hadn't eaten. So everybody was messed up. My sister and her husband went to their car. So they knocked out there. Emmanuel and I were like, let's continue the night. I don't even know how we were able to continue this night. But since Senor Frogs is right across Treasure Island.
No, it's right. It's in with Treasure Island.
Oh, it's with
They're
them.
together, yeah.
Okay, well, they're together, but like, you kind of have to walk into the hotel from Senor Frogs, I guess. So we walked in over to use their restrooms initially. But my curious little self saw an employee walking into the kitchen. And once again, I was still hungry. So I told Emmanuel, let's go inside and see if we can find food. But again, I was drunk. So we both walk into we literally watch this person walk in. So then we stop the door before it officially closes because it'll lock up. I think, right? I don't know.
No, that one actually was the entrance. The entrance was open because it was for the kitchen. So the people just entered kind of in. And it was just open for them to walk into the kitchen.
Okay. Well, I guess I witnessed that. To be honest, there's some things I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
FYI. That's why I'll be asking him.
Yeah, it was funny. Because then she came out of the restroom and then she was like, we should do something crazy. And then that's when she looked at the waiter going inside, like into the kitchen. And I was like, oh my gosh, here it goes again. And I was like, okay, fine, let's do this thing then. Mm-hmm. And so that day we're actually really, we were dressed really nice too. So we ended up just following the waiter and everything. Walked into the kitchen, said what's up to everybody. Everyone was just like, oh, hello, how's it going? And then we just kept on walking. And I don't know if it was just because we were dressed nice or they assumed we were someone. They just let us in.
The confidence and how we were dressed, I would say.
Yeah, they just let us in and we somehow ended up at these ballrooms inside the Treasure Island.
Yeah. There's these big ass ballrooms and I don't know. I don't really remember too much from the ballrooms. I remember taking a little picture.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what happened to that picture.
I don't know. It's probably in your memory still somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. But yeah, we were in there and we left our stuff there to go continue exploring. I don't know why we did that because, again, we don't know this place.
Yeah, we were a little lost and we were just like, no, this is the safest place. No one's here. We just leave our stuff at this table and we'll come back. So then we walked around and just found more ballrooms. And somehow ended up at this empty bar, empty, fully functional bar. Let me just say that, it was a fully functional bar, and I was like, you know what? Let's make a drink, let's make a drink and just go walk this trip. Mm-hmm. So then we go back into the kitchen and then we try to find something that looks like a fishbowl. But
because I really wanted a fishbowl.
Oh yeah, you want to go to those sugar places, huh?
Yeah.
With those fish bowls.
Mhm. So we
found the closest thing we could. It was one of those plastic food container bins that are kind of I think a quart or I don't know how big.
Yeah, I would say a bucket, maybe they're more like a bucket style.
Yeah.
Where you bring in food or whatever it is, butter with cream, whatever it is, So. We just filled that up. Again, like Emmanuel said, we found the bar and he went behind it to see if everything. So there's the bottles. All the bottles were there. And then he checked the soda machines to see if they worked. They worked. So we're like, what the hell? Well, if we're here, we might as well get a drink. Huh. And we said not just a small one, but a big ass fishbowl. Huh. So we definitely took advantage of that, filled up our little bucket mixed with alcohol and soda. I don't even know if it was good. I don't remember.
I think it was good. But then at the same time, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I liked it though.
But point is, though, think about it. We still had not eaten by this point. Why are we still drinking, It was crazy. But pretty much we would just explored around the whole hotel. All I remember is running around down hallways full of food container things,
those food storage places, huh?
Mm-hmm. Where they wheel out the metal wheel out stainless steel like where they keep the food warm, pretty much, like they have in the hospitals as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys know what I mean. But I just have small memories of me running around and laughing, honestly.
Yeah, it was
Like
a really fun night.
like a little psychopath. But it was fun. Definitely a memory that we will never forget. Eventually, we did get caught, and all they told us was to leave the premises, I guess.
Yeah, they're just like, no, you guys can't be here. Like, do you guys work here? Or like, you said yes, but then they're like, oh no, you guys have to leave. Because I guess they kind of did tell, like, or were able to notice that we didn't work there.
And plus, we were drunk.
Yeah, plus we were drunk. They're probably like, yeah, working and being drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It could be a Vegas thing, right? Working and being drunk.
I don't know. I don't doubt it.
Huh. But
Yeah.
who knows? Point is, we were able to leave and we had fun.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. That time we did stay at the Trump Hotel, remember?
Oh yeah, we did stay at the Trump Tower.
And that was a really nice hotel, actually.
Yeah.
Honestly. It was a really cool experience. They had a really nice hot tub, which we were able to take advantage of. That was really nice.
Mhm.
And just overall, it was really cool. They had valet, too.
Mhm. Oh, that was really
Like-
cool too.
Mandatory valet for everyone, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which was nice and not nice.
Yeah, because we couldn't go to our car whenever we wanted.
Yeah.
Because we had to tell someone to bring it down every single time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was the only thing that kind of sucked. But other than that, like, it kind of did feel kind of cool having a valet.
Definitely did.
Huh.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I feel like all the stuff that we experienced, we couldn't have been done without, like, not being scared, you know?
Yeah. Like, if I were to do that now, I feel like my mentality has definitely changed. But it's kind of becoming... I'm going back to who I was before, like, fearless. My fearless self, you know? Before, literally, my motto came from a song by Falling in Reverse. It's called Coming Home. The song is called Coming Home, but pretty much the song says at one point, like, don't let fear take control. And I remember, like, literally hearing that phrase of the song. I'm like, don't let fear take control. Don't let fear control. I'm like, that's true. We can't let freaking fear take control, man. Like, that was literally one of, like, my sayings, can't let fear take control, you know?
Mm-hmm. Because,
But,
yeah, like, that's true. Once fear takes control, like, you block your mind from a lot of things that you could possibly do.
yeah, you withhold yourself, you know, because of fear. But think about it, like, overcoming your fears feels so good. You're like, wow, that was easy. That's literally how a lot of the fears that we have tend to be. You overcome it and you're like, wow, I can't believe it took me this long to finally overcome my fear.
And you get a little thrill, you know? You get like, damn, I want to do this again.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a little like adrenaline rush every single time you want to face the fear, and you're like, no, come on, I could do it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
And then honestly, I feel like that's something that changed up in my mind. There's too much that's happened in my life personally, which we can eventually get to. You know, there's a lot of topics that I can talk about, like that I experienced, that I saw, that I noticed, and throughout these last couple years, I feel like I've definitely developed a lot more knowledge and kind of like developed a little more understanding of who I'm becoming, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like sometimes, like, I think everybody goes through it at a point in their life where they question who they are. But these past couple years definitely made me question, who the hell am I, and who do I want to become, and where am I gonna like end up in a way, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's definitely interesting, and I'm glad that I'm getting back to my fearless self, because I don't like being a pussy.
No, yeah, no one does. No one likes being a pussy.
I hate that feeling of just being scared, you know? And slowly but surely, we're overcoming these fears of overall, even fears of success. People think that like fear is only with little things, like, oh, I have phobia towards this. Yeah, that's just one fear. But like, honestly, a lot of people are fearful of when it comes to money. They're afraid of using it
And losing it.
Yeah, using it, losing it. And honestly, that's what holds back a lot of people from like success. Sometimes you gotta play with your money. Sometimes you gotta save your money, you know?
No, yeah, there was even a time we started investing into Robinhood
Mm-hmm.
and made a good amount of money and learned about the stock market. But we did limit. So another thing also, like, with fear, like, I feel like there's like, you have to sometimes find ways to control it, you know?
Oh yeah.
And that's what kind of like helps get rid of fear as well. like controlled settings, or controlling what you can control, like controlling your controllables in a way.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Yeah, because I mean, even with people like investing in the stock market, people think, oh no, it's too risky. Like, why am I gonna invest in the stock market? Like, I'm just gonna lose money. Like, but you only lose money if you don't manage your risk factors, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand.
Yep, and that's true because I mean, everything in life is gonna take some risk. You want to do something. For example, I'm gonna take like TikTok. For example, a lot of people um, show their success through how they've taken their risks. I quit my job and started doing what I love, my passion. That's a huge ass risk. Not
Yeah.
anybody can just like freaking quit their job because first of all they think about it like, oh shit, long term, what's gonna happen? Oh my god, what if I can't? What if?
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta stop with that what if and be like,
And
okay,
change the attitude,
how?
huh?
Yeah,
How
just
can I?
how am I gonna do it? Not like you gotta figure shit out is what it is. You
Yeah.
really gotta like
Yeah,
you
change
gotta,
that mental attitude, you know.
and you can't just sit there and think about what am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do? What? You can't just sit there. You gotta think. Yeah, think about it, but start doing. Be active. Be proactive with what you're thinking. Because just sitting there thinking about it, you're gonna sit there for a long time. Trust me, and then you won't go nowhere.
You're gonna miss opportunities, and a lot of opportunities that you could miss every single day.
Definitely.
You gotta stay up with the trends, figure out what works best for you, figure out how you can make money during those times.
Yep.
Because, like, every single year is something different, you know. Like, for example, like, let's say during that time, like, marijuana stock was very popular, you know. That's something that was on the rise, and then a lot of people were trying to get into it, but they got into it too late and only lost money. Like, you can't just follow into something that's already like getting out of trends, you know.
You have to be ahead of the game is what it is. You really have to study the economy. You really have to understand, first of all, the economy. You definitely have to be updated on what's going on with the world. For example, like with the Ukraine war and all this stuff, like people already knew what could come after this. They put that into consideration, put that into their knowledge about economics and investing and all that stuff. They take all that information into consideration, you know. Us, for example, people like any typical other person be like, wow, that's crazy, what's gonna happen? We'll see what happens. And then everything inflation, nobody's preparing. They're just like, damn, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens, huh?
And like the thing is not just the point isn't to panic. It's not like, oh my god, it's going crazy, prepare.
Something like how the book just said, huh?
Yeah,
like Chicken Little.
Exactly.
The sky's falling.
Yeah, just because something comes up, don't feel like Chicken Little and like the sky is freaking falling. You will be okay. Compose yourself, smack yourself if you need to. And like, just prepare yourself. Like, what can I do in this economy that can help me maintain my finances, that can help me make more finance, like make more money, like different things like that. You gotta like Emmanuel said, keep with the trends of the economy, even with like little things.
Even social media.
Yeah, social media, like all those little things will come into play. You just have to be smart about how you apply everything.
You gotta be able to learn and adapt. That's definitely the main thing.
Because things are always ever changing. Just like one is, like one day you might, as a kid, you probably loved watermelon, but as an adult, now all of a sudden you don't like it. You are ever changing. That's something I definitely learned in nursing school too. Actually, what was her name? Oh my God, Rosemary Parsi. I don't know. She's also an author for a book, and she would always say some random ass things that I didn't understand reading because they're very like confusing. I still have the book. I will gladly read you one day, Emmanuel. I'll let you read the book. But pretty much, she wrote a lot of things that for us is kind of not super understandable right away. You kind of have to like reread it a couple times to kind of understand what it is exactly. Reread it and read it slowly to understand. But she would always be like, she would always say it's forever changing, like it's a non-stop changing
Cycle of changing.
cycle. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And that's just something she implied a lot, and it's true because even in nursing it's always changing. One person is always changing things, medicine's always changing, updating others, it's always changing. You got to stay up with it too.
No, yeah.
And be understanding about it. And that's interesting that now like I apply that to this too actually.
Even how we took advantage of building gyms, huh? Like during that time in COVID time, people were like, oh no, the gyms are closed, like what am I gonna do? And then people resorted to like trying to find and build their home gyms. Stop being reliant on a gym, you know? Like make that investment for their health, you know?
Definitely.
And we took advantage of people's advance, like wanting to like be better for their health, you know? Like we knew that market was gonna be booming, so we ended up like wholesaling some gym equipment. We even
Gym sets.
yeah, gym sets, gym equipment, a little bit of everything. We even did some person's like flooring.
You know what's crazy about this, guys? Literally, when it came to this, like, so this is funny. A little story. Emmanuel decided to start selling gyms. He's like, let's start selling gyms. And I was like, okay, you know, that's interesting. I'm down. Like, let's try it out. We started selling, and yeah, they were selling because, again, it was a hot topic at that moment. Because all the gyms, COVID was happening, all the gyms were closing down. People were sad they didn't have their gyms. So people were literally overselling their gyms, overselling any weights, whatever. But me, Emmanuel, and I happened to find a spot where we were able to purchase whole gym setups pretty much without weights, but still, you know, for a decent price, to be honest. And so we would take advantage of that, like Emmanuel said, resell it. And it's funny, so initially we were just selling just the gyms. Okay, here, come pick it up, here it is, you build it yourself. Eventually somebody asked Emmanuel, do you guys build it? And again, we had never built gyms besides the one we had gotten.
Yeah, we only built the ones. Yeah, the one we had to buy for myself actually.
Which was one of the more simpler gyms. You literally.
Oh yeah.
Just like, you know, there's the ones that these people were buying had all sorts of wires and were like
all types of pulleys and everything.
So they were more like, they had a lot more on their gyms. And Emmanuel with this guy, I recall the moment they were like, do you build it as well? Emmanuel's like, I'm just gonna say yes. And I looked at him and I'm like, dude, you're just gonna say yes, but we don't even know what we're doing, right? And he's like, and we'll figure it out. And I was like, dude, and okay, this is where it comes. I'm fearful of like failing these people after saying yes. But Emmanuel's like, well, if we fail, we fail, but like, we'll see, you know?
There was some controlled settings, because I was like, if anything, we could resort to YouTube, you know? When we're stuck. But I feel like we have pretty good partnership in like you being able to read the blueprints and me being good with the tools.
Definitely. Like, I was afraid that we weren't gonna like do a good job, because again, I had personally never done it before. But Emmanuel saying that, like, once that happened, dude, you don't even understand how many people came to us and wanted us to build their gyms. Can you do it too? We also build it if you want. Yes, do it. We got so good at it. Like, literally, we got so good at it, we didn't find it like complicated anymore. There are certain things maybe with like the wires, the wirings, and the pulleys that we had a little trouble with because they're a little more complicated. But besides that, everything else came pretty easy to us. Like, I was able to read the instructions to understand everything we needed. I'd gather the stuff we needed for the specific thing, and I'm like, okay, here's what we need, this is where it goes, and Emmanuel just put it together. As a team, we worked so well together. I literally was amazed at how this all worked out.
We even started building different types of equipment that weren't in our realm. Like things that people would buy themselves and not from us. But some different types of equipment they would buy, like let's say like leg presses and things like that. Treadmills, oh yeah.
Yeah, so literally like people would just ask, do you know how to build this? We're like, sure, we'll do it. And we would just literally follow the instructions, build it for them, and we'd get paid.
Yeah.
The money would come in so easily, like hundreds of dollars within one day, like that I wasn't making that same amount I would be making every 2 weeks at a job, at a full-time job, even, you know,
working
what I mean?
like 40 hours like weeks, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and that during that time we're able to manage, like, okay, let's set up these appointments at this times. We're able to manage our time more, you know.
Definitely, we were definitely like starting to be more adjusted. We're kind of like playing around with our time, playing around what works best for us, um, and yeah, honestly, it worked out really good. Like people liked us. People liked the work we were doing, and eventually people just started asking us, "Hey, do you guys know how to put like specific tile on the ground? Do you guys
Oh
know how
yeah.
to do this? Do you guys know how to do that?" We're like, "Yep, yes we do." Again, we didn't know anything about what we were doing, you guys, but we threw ourselves out there. We literally built this lady's full-on garage gym in her freaking garage, like you
Yeah.
said. Like
It was even with your like initials on it,
we her she
huh?
had okay, so point is she bought the tiles she wanted like for her gym, um but she was very specific about what she wanted. She wanted the letter B for her name, um set up on the ground, and we're like, all right, we'll do it for you in
Huh.
pink. That's how you want it, that's how you'll get it. And we managed to do it. We literally built her gym, put up lights, we put up the gym set, we built her treadmill, we did a lot
Yeah, I
for
did a
that
lot for
lady.
that lady. We'll be posting that soon on TikTok, so you guys can stay tuned on that.
Yeah, definitely. It's just amazing to see, like, I don't know. On my end, that was something I have never done before. I have never lied about knowing how to do something
And been so
and
good at it.
been so good at it. Yeah, but you guys, that's what makes us like you know, you people are capable of anything. You just have to throw yourself out there.
No, yeah.
Like, don't hoe around. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
But
don't be a hoe,
don't
Nick.
be a hoe. But you know, when it comes to like work ethic and working, and if you take on challenges, don't be
Yeah.
afraid of taking on challenges. Again, you can see the type of people like Emmanuel was. He says, "I'm just gonna say yes." I'm more of like, but we need to be honest, and da, da, da. You know, that's how I thought at that moment. Like, we need to be honest. Like, we don't know how to do that. You know, go by the rules. Go by what freaking society tells you. Do the right thing, right?
Hmm.
But we weren't doing anything wrong. In the end, these people would have probably followed the instructions as well to build it, and that's exactly what we did. We were doing it the right way, the way the instructions said, but we just had never done it before.
Hmm.
You know, so in the end, it's just a great lesson that we both learned. I would come back home with my family and be like, "Oh my god, I just made this much amount of money like today." You know, and they'd be like, "What?" They were amazed as well. It's just a little hustle we started, and it just proves to us that like we are capable of anything. So again, don't take fear, take control. Don't let fear take control.
No, yeah.
There you go.
Take control of fear. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Take control of your fear and just direct it which way you want to use it towards. But like to a purpose, to like make sure it motivates you.
Mhm.
Use it more as a motivator than as something that's gonna set you back or hold you back.
Yeah, don't hold. Definitely do not hold yourself back. Like, I think that's something that everybody does. They hold themselves back. Like, that's something. You are your own enemy. You and your mind are your own enemy, because you yourself, for example, if somebody were to tell me you can't do it, you can't, you're not capable of it, blah blah blah, that's my fault for listening to them. If I truly believe that,
Hmm.
that is my fault. Because if I were to be like, you know what, screw you, I'm gonna show you wrong, then show them wrong.
Hmm.
You know,
Prove them
literally
wrong, yeah.
prove them wrong. Hell yeah, you know.
Make them look like, just make them feel funny, like,
Yeah, make them feel stupid forever questioning you or doubting you.
yeah. Because there's
Honestly.
always gonna be doubters in this world.
Mm-hmm.
There's always gonna
Definitely.
be people who wanna like hold you back just because they're seeing you succeed and because they're not doing the same thing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's just like as
Don't.
long as you take control of that fear
Mm-hmm.
and direct it in the right direction, you'll be fine.
Yeah, don't be afraid to take risks. Is what it is. You know, la vida es un riesgo. That's something that
Huh.
I stand by. Again, another movie. See what I mean?
Yeah,
So
there's
many
always
so many
hidden
things.
messages. So many hidden messages in songs and movies.
But like that's the thing. Not everybody catches on to specific things and holds them. You know what
Yeah,
I
there's
mean?
only a few people who hold on to those things.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this one verse hearing from Eminem. He's like fucking 9 to 5. I can't even provide for my own family.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he's gonna try to pursue his career. Like to become like an artist and have the financial freedom to like do whatever he wants and like not be stuck in that 9 to 5. Not giving enough time to his family.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of hidden messages in a lot of things.
Hell yeah, like in his song Lose Yourself, Eminem says, success is my only motherfucking option. Failure is not. You have to keep that mentality. Success is the only way, so succeed. Make yourself successful. Keep that mentality. Take risks. Don't be afraid. You know?
Yeah, because this world doesn't stop for nobody, you know?
Mm-mm.
This world's gonna keep on going. No matter if you're sad, no matter if you're happy, no matter if you're in financial debt.
Okay.
No matter if anything, it's always gonna keep on going. So you just gotta push through, you know?
Exactly. Well, you guys, I think that's enough for today. To be honest, we'll get
Well,
back
yeah.
to on our podcast. It's something we definitely want to continue. We'll continue this. Like we said, we have people in line to come join us on our podcast, which we are very excited
Yeah,
for.
we're so excited and eager to have them onto our
Yeah.
podcast.
Because it's something new. It's something, like we said, this is something we've been wanting to do. And like I said, these past months that we have been out out of the game for, like, although we've been out, we've definitely been still trying to make connections for the podcast. And,
Yeah.
and we've talked to a couple people, like we said, family, friends, and we're very eager to have them in on this and to be able to, like, share their knowledge and share their experiences. And I don't know, this is exciting for us, and I hope that you guys are excited. I hope that we're entertaining for you guys. I hope that so far this is something good for all of us, you know. So
yeah, you guys catch us on everything. We'll be on Spotify and a few other apps.
yeah, definitely
Even TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok as well. Yeah, stay tuned, you guys. We have big plans, and believe it or not, we are going to be successful, and you guys will see it just through what our experiences. You guys are going to see it. Like, we're starting out from the bottom as well. We're taking this advice, we're taking these books, this knowledge, and we plan to put it to use and show you guys as well, like,
that anything is possible, you know?
anything is possible.
Just set your mind into it. Callous that mind, and no one else is gonna get inside your mind.
Exactly. Once you believe something, you believe it. It's in your head. Don't let anybody else come into your brain and play with you mentally, like, you know, because I don't know, I feel like the society always wants to, like Emmanuel said, they see you succeeding, they want to bring you down somehow. But again, set your mind to it and don't move away from that. Stick to it. But anyways, guys, once again, Eman and Jan show.
Yeah, thank you for staying in tune with us, and we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.